What's happening, gamers? It's KMEGA 405 coming to you live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. If you are new to the channel, be so kind to hit that subscribe button, that like button, share this out. Let me hear in the comments, man. Let's get this popping, man. I really do appreciate the feedback, and man, for everybody who's had me onto their shows here recently, man, it's wonderful to see people that enjoy um, hearing what I got to say and inviting me on to their podcast and things like that. It's been a long time since I've been asked to come on the podcast, but it's been like in a slew, so it was pretty cool. But man, really appreciate for everybody who asked me to come on and do that. And so man, keep come on supporting with the channel, and man, let's just keep this rolling. But let's get right into this, man. I definitely am. Uh, listen, I mean, as though it's just like as water is wet, the console war is just ridiculous. It's just stupid, right? I mean, there's different people that want to have different perspectives of what the console war should be like, or they'll try to dissect it into maybe somebody being overly critical about one or the other console, and then they try to label that as being a part of the console war, when really just it's a gamer that's having concerns about whatever. If it's the situation with Xbox with the game aspects, triple A's, whatever, or if somebody's saying something about the storage, while we haven't heard that from Sony. Those things are critical, just natural things to be asking these type of questions. But when you get to the realm of what is really just the silliest things within gaming, within these fanboys and girls, man, this right here takes the cake, right? Like, okay, so as you can see, this is showing PlayStation Studios that's going to be which is already pretty much it's started. I followed it last night, and it's in beta form, but it's about to kick off, and the game Days Gone has been released. Yesterday's doing really well. I think it was number one in the charts. I mean, usually when you see, like, just like with Horizon Zero Dawn, PlayStation games are going to sell. That's what they're just going to sell if they are they're a high commodity, especially in the PC space. And so then, if you think about it, it is the best, the smartest solution for Sony to get and inherit that extra income for their games and for those studios if they put them somewhere else, just like this, or if they have a service, if anything that's going to be comparable with Game Pass, um, et cetera, et cetera. If they got their own little thing like XCloud or whatever, it just makes sense. Games cost a lot of money. This particular game costs a lot of money to make, even though it sold anywhere from 6 to 6.5 million at the time when it was pitched to come out, or to get a sequel. It was denied, and I guess maybe because of the non so favorable reviews, because the game was a buggy mess when it first came out. But actually, I enjoyed the game. I thought the game was really good. Did I complete it? No. I was Once we started hearing those rumors back in 2018, it even went back as far as 2017 actually, that Sony might be able to do the same thing that Xbox is doing by putting their games on PC. I was like, you know what? For some of these games, yeah, that I just can't stop playing, like Ghost of Tsushima, Ratchet and Clank, etc., God of War, whatever. I just had to go through and just play them and beat them. But there's other games that I would like. Hey, if I'm going to rebuild a PC, I'm going to see what these games run on PC, and just see how and just see how that is, because I want my PC to be more powerful than the Xbox One and 4, the PlayStation 4. So again, now I have the PC to run these games, and so I don't mind going back and buying those games again, even at the $50. I mean, normally for like Horizon Zero Dawn, I bought that for sale, but I mean, that's still double dipping, so that's extra income into Sony's ecosystem. If even that is not as the same as what Xbox is doing with XCloud and things like that. To me, what is the craziest thing is that this is really good for Sony, and hearing stuff and reports that there are PlayStation fans out there that are spoiling the game, giving out spoilers, and even the ending or maybe some critical parts within the game. They're spoiling. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get the L man must dance on you. What the hell are you think? Is it that serious? Now maybe it's one of those things where it's a payback because there was so many there was once those leaks came out about what was The Last of Us 2, and The Last of Us 2 basically it got leaked, and there was really serious spoilers that came out, and that kind of just gave the game, it put in perspective of a lot of people already hating the game because they didn't understand when, why, how, or certain situations happened. And I could totally understand why PlayStation fans got mad about that. I thought that was a little childish of them leaking the game out. I understand that there was a lot of other issues behind it by why people were lying, because saying Sony was lying because they weren't at the forefront, especially when they was doing the delays. Which that part I definitely believe, because the developers said themselves that that game was ready to go. But regardless, that was last year's stuff. But this right here is the thing that trips me out more than anything. Why in the hell are people that upset about a PlayStation game being over on the PC? So why PC gamers can't enjoy the game? That's the thing to me, is that bothers me, is that yeah, there was some people in an Xbox camp that was absolutely uh, completely overboard about Xbox games going over to PC. As we know, we're starting to see right now with how gaming is going, it's not so much about the hardware anymore. It's still important, and especially for the people who like to buy the hardware. But as I was saying for a long time, is that it's more about the services, and it's about the other thing. It's about the services and everything else that goes within these services, the features within these consoles or games or whatever. And then when you see that, like, streaming services is just so big right now, a lot of people like to play the games on the go. A lot of people want to, cell phone games are at an all-time high. PC gaming is at an all-time high. And even within PC gaming, there are different, you got NVIDIA doing their thing. You have, Steam was trying to do the Steam machines. Epic, I'm sure. I don't know how deep Epic is going to get into it, because I know they got their store. But again, getting out to more gamers, and if there's gamers who these days that want to be on the go, play their games like they do on the Switch, or play their games on a cell phone or a laptop or whatever, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's really crazy to me that people have to go to these links to act like children, because narratives that once was looked and frowned upon back in the last gen is now already being debunked. And to me, that's the biggest fault of it. I mean, Sony lived off of the whole exclusivity. It's the only thing that matters. We believe in generations. We don't want to put our games on this. And then it's got some of these PlayStation fans in their communities, and then the listeners, well, I should say the YouTubers or content creators, having them even make all different types of different scenarios to try to make it seem like the old way of how they were thinking still holds key. Like, for instance, well, it's not day and date like what Xbox does. It doesn't matter. This game is already on PC. It was slated by so many people that these games weren't coming to PC, and God forbid when God of War, which it will eventually drop on PC, and especially when Sony is now pretty much letting people know we're here to do business with the PC gamers out here, and PC gamers will definitely be excited, and they should be. I mean, this is huge, and PC games are going to start coming to the consoles. So I don't see how this is just making gaming bigger than what it already is, to a whole nother level. So again, I don't want to go just completely dwell on it. I think it's just ridiculous that people are going to these links to do these things. Again, you're going to get hit with the L, man, again, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Enjoy that these games are being able to be played by so many other people. And besides, if Sony did this earlier, let's just say that this was a day and date, right? And or let's just say this was 6 months after, 6 months to a year after Days Gone went, and it sold well on PlayStation, and then it's better optimized on the PC, and people actually get to see how the game's supposed to be played, and it gets a better, like, let's say, Open Critic score. or better, just Metacritic score on the PC, maybe this game would see the day of light and getting a sequel guaranteed instead of people thinking this is out there in limbo, kind of like The Order 1886, which I think is another good game actually. So I just think that first entries to games should unless the sales are just absolutely poor and or the game is just completely broken. I think a lot of these games that first come out should get the opportunity to have a sequel. That's just me. But again, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I just do appreciate it, but I just think that people are losing their damn minds. It's not that big of a deal. You should be happy about these games coming over and people are accepting them. I mean, it's number one. Horizon Zero Dawn was number one. Of course, Xbox has been doing this for years and they're doing really well, especially with Sea of Thieves, with Halo, Ori, a lot of Forza. It's smart. And maybe Sony was waiting to see what Xbox would do, and they're seeing that wow, Xbox is making a hell of a lot more money by doing this, so we should be doing this too. As maybe one of the things is that they had a plan and they were just waiting just before they got all their games lined up. Who knows? But regardless, it's here now. Accept it, So and guaranteed that these other games, these newer PlayStation 5 games, will definitely be coming over as well. Um, will we see a version of Bloodborne? I'm pretty sure. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm pretty sure. I will buy that game again, even after me beating it on the PlayStation 4. I like that game so much. That was to me probably the best PlayStation game of the generation for me last gen. But anyway, everybody have a good one. I just want to hear your comments on this and how crazy this is. Everybody have a good one. Till the next video. Peace. Let me find the button. There it is.